Look at your calendar, look at your social media feed. If you are in your 20s right now, I know exactly what you are feeling. You feel like you are sprinting a marathon barefoot on broken glass while like everyone else is riding a jet ski, right? So you've been told these are the best years of your life. So why do they feel like a psychological trap? Welcome back to She Has the Lion podcast. Today we are pulling back the curtain on the hidden mental warfare of young adulthood. We are breaking down the five psychological traps that are paralyzing your potential, causing your anxiety, and keeping you awake at 2 a.m. every single night. More importantly, we are going to talk about how to hold the line against the chaos and take your power back. So grab your snacks, your drinks, and even if you want to take notes, and let's dive straight in. Trap number one, the impending deadline. Psychologists call this time anxiety. It is the terrifying, inescapable feeling that age 30 is hard, brutal deadline where your youth, your beauty, and your opportunities instantly expire. Think about your feed right now. You open TikTok or Instagram, and what do you see? Like a 22 years old tech founder buying a mansion, or a 24 years old influencer retiring their parents. This curated hyper success forces a toxic, a toxic, like toxic narrative down your throat. If you haven't figured it out right now, you are an absolute failure. And yes, I mean it. Because you are expected to figure out your ultimate career path, find your lifelong soulmate, buy a home, and solidify your identity all at the exact same time. It's like trying to build a plane while it's crashing into a mountain. And this is crazy, no? But here's where we hold the line. Listen to me closely. Your 20s are the foundation, the base, not the finish line. Stop treating your life like a 100 meter dash that ends at 30. Shift your focus from achieving everything by 30 to building stamina for the next 50 years. Your 20s are for gathering bricks, not for finishing the castle. Hold the line against the panic, and believe me, you have enough and plenty of time. The second trap, which is the paradox of choice, think about your childhood. Life had a strict, predictable script. Like grade 10 leads to grade 11 leads to graduation, college leads to a degree, the girls were up, then you graduated, congratulations, turning 22 or 23, and the script vanished. Suddenly you have total infinite freedom. Where do I live? Who do I date? What career path do I take? And what happens? Total decision paralysis. You experience intense FOMO, or which is fear of missing out. So you become so terrified that choosing one path means destroying another alternate reality, that you choose nothing. So this is exactly why so many 20 somethings stay in dead end jobs or toxic situationships. Living requires a definitive choice, and making a choice is terrifying because you have no one else to blame if it goes wrong. It's all about your decisions and your choices in the end. So staying in a limbo is a choice to waste your life. True psychological strength isn't waiting for the perfect option. It's choosing one path, committing to it with everything you've got, and letting go of the alternate realities. You cannot live 10 lives at once. Pick a lane and drive. So the trap number three strikes at the very core of the quarter life crisis, the identity liquid trap. Here is a piece of biology no one told you, your brain's prefrontal cortex, the literal hardware responsible for long-term planning, emotional regulation, and identity, is not even fully developed until around age 25. Imagine and think about the insanity of that. Society legally and socially expects you to act like a stable, fully formed adult while your biology is still actively constructing who you are. So this is why you wake up some days with a hollow, unsettling feeling. You realize you don't actually know what you like versus what your parents, your peers, or your algorithm liked for you. So you are mourning your teenage self, realizing that adulthood requires a total grounded up identity rebuild. So we hold the line by changing the narrative. This instability is not a defect. It is your superpower. Your identity is supposed to be fluid right now. You are not a broken machine. You are a scientist in a lab. And yes, a scientist in a lab right now. You are gathering data on what you like, what you hate, and what your boundaries you need to set. Embrace the fluid. So the trap number 4 is the imposter syndrome. This is the cognitive bias where you assume that everyone else on earth received an instruction like manual for adulthood and you are the only one faking it. You walk into corporate spaces, you attend business meetings and you look at the adults like in charge. But if you look closely enough, you realize a bizarre reality. They are all winging into it. So LinkedIn is a like a theater of fiction. Instagram is a highlight reel, and the people who look completely put together online are often dealing with deep financial panic, profound loneliness, and utter confusion behind closed doors. Like you are comparing your messy behind the scenes footage with everyone else polished Taylor. So how do we hold the line here? I'm gonna answer you. So give yourself permission to be a beginner. Holding the line means having the absolute audacity to take up space in a room even when you feel like an imposter. Everyone is figuring it out in real time, but walk in with your head up. There's no matter with that. And finally, the final trap number 5 is the hyper independence trap. This is the most dangerous one because it disguises itself as a virtue. Dating in 2026 is messy. The economy feels volatile. Job security feels like a myth because everything outside feels unsafe. Many 20 something develop psychological defense mechanism like an extreme hyper independence. You pull away from community. You stop trying to make deep friendships. You adopt a cynical, like the famous me against the world mindset. Think about the transition. You went from a built in college social circle where friends lived down the hall to the isolation reality of adult life where everyone is busy. Add in the trauma from an early 20s friendship breakup or a devastating relationship. And what do? You build massive walls to protect yourself. But we must hold the line by knowing the difference between a wall and a boundary. And it is very simple. A wall keeps everyone out and leaves you isolated in a prison of your own making. A boundary is a gate, it protects your core, but it opens to let the right people in. Hyper-independence isn't strength, it's fear. Real strength is staying vulnerable enough to build community while keeping your standards high. Your 20s are not a trap unless you let them paralyze you. The anxiety, the choices, the shift in identity, the imposter feelings, the isolation, they are just signs that you are growing. So stop sprinting toward an imaginary finish line at 30. Build your stamina, commit to your choices, embrace your fluid identity, take up space, and open the gate to your own community. Hold the line because your life is just getting started. So if this episode spoke to you, share it with a friend who is fighting the same silent battles and let me know in the comments what you think about it. So stay safe and stay strong. See you later.